Hey there, Arma here. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. Today I want to touch on staying away from people who aren't good for you, and that could be family, friends, associates, acquaintances, you know, just maybe new friends you just met, within the last few weeks or whatever. But I just kind of want to express myself on this because I have plenty of experiences with being around people I thought were right for me and just being blind and not seeing through things, not seeing the transparency or the reality of the situation I was in with certain people or a specific group of people, right? So I just want to talk about it, express the way I feel, just be authentic. And yeah, here we go. So a lot of times people stay around bad people just for company and not for comfort. And what I mean by that is basically just from my experience or being around other people, just, kind of complaining about what others have done to them, but yet they still continue to hang out with these people, right? And it's like, why are you hanging out with these people if you know they're not good for you? And the reality sometimes that people just want to feel included in things, even though a certain group of people or a certain person might not be, at the, vibrating at the right frequency as them, or just in general, their vibes aren't all the way there. So, like, I remember back in high school, some of the guy friends I had, they would do anything. They would do almost anything. Like, they put their whole soul into trying to find a girlfriend. And it's high school, so it's understandable that at that age you're trying to find your high school sweetheart. You're trying to find the pack of people you could be around and just fit in and stuff like that. But you know I would always be like, in my mind, it's like, why are you doing so much just to try to find a girlfriend? You could let it go, like, let it come by its way naturally. But they could not. They just needed to find someone, right? And even if they didn't know the girl could have been toxic for them or anything like that, but they would just try their best to pursue girls and try to basically do whatever they can to be in a relationship, not knowing if they're fully ready or not. And high school kids, you're not gonna be 100% responsible, right? You got your parents and everything, and they're helping paying for stuff. And you know we're not in the big world of life yet. You're still in school and everything. And everyone at that age level is just trying to adjust and stuff like that. So I mean, I would give them advice here or there, but it was so deep in them to just find someone, to find a so-called lover. And the girl or whoever, even for my female friends going out with guys who were means, like, not the best guys for them, they get treated bad but still want to be around them. And you can't really do much or say much, but just let them go with the flow. So, signs you're around the wrong type of people. And here, our intuition does most of the work. Whenever we're around someone where we get a little bad feeling, if we're aware enough, if we have a good sense of awareness or a high level of awareness, we can feel when there's bad or good energy, right? So here are some of the signs. All right, so the number one thing is you get a bad gut feeling. Our intuition, one of the most important, most natural things that's given to us by the universe, right? So if you get a bad feeling, like, if you have a good sense of awareness, and it's not to say, oh, you're like a referee and you're looking out for all things all the time, because then that would increase your anxiety levels, and that's not the way to really live. So it's just good to take things step by step and see where it leads you or the people you're around. But sometimes, people deserve some chances for certain things, but when you really get that bad gut feeling, just listen to it and then make a decision from there. The second one is basically you feel the relationship, friendship, or whatever ship is one-sided, right? You feel like maybe you're putting in all the work, you're doing all the communications first, you're not really getting back what you give, and it's not necessarily like it's a business where you're trying to do a transaction thing, but more so like you're putting in so much energy and effort, and the other person is not putting the same amount of energy back, right? So you feel a little kind of like gassed out in a way, because you're putting all this effort into trying to keep up a relationship or friendship, and this is a sign where you need to reserve more of that energy towards yourself and just kind of, you know, either focus on yourself, or if based on the relationship you have with that person or how that person is, you can express how you feel. And if it keeps happening where you still feel like the relationship is one-sided, then you could slowly just exit your way out. Slowly just make your exit, and there'll always be other people that will appreciate you other people will appreciate you being in their life, and there will be other people you appreciate in your life, and so that's the second one. The next one is you settle for less, so you're afraid to be left out or feel alone. A lot of that, how I mentioned with like some of my high school friends, or just like previous friends or people I've been around. Yeah, a lot of people, that's a big one, because a lot of people are afraid to feel left out and alone, and it's understandable. But it's never good to settle for less, because, if that quote, that saying that says, hopefully I don't mess this up, but if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for pretty much everything, right? So don't settle for less. Settling for less exposes how high or low your self-esteem is. So it's always best to know what your worth and value is, So yeah. So how can this all be prevented? How can you continue to make sure you're on the right path and you have the right strong group of people, that have good energy, good vibrations, and are just overall, just good to be around, and how to stay away from the negative, toxic type of people? Focus on yourself. If you feel like you're in a situation where, you're kind of like stuck in a corner mentally, you need to take time to focus on yourself, and, try some exercises, or just, some mental health tricks that can help you. I recommend meditation. A lot of people recommend meditation, but it's not always easy. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean you're selfish, or you're becoming antisocial and you're excluding yourself from everything, like forever. It's more for yourself. It's more for you to improve and work on your self thoughts, and just learning more about yourself, so you can attract the right people in the future that accept you for how you feel about yourself once you start improving. And it's very important to focus on yourself. For example, I like to take social media breaks. I have recently took one this year because just a lot of the mind, like the mental thoughts I had and stuff like that, and just dramatic things in life in general, I was like, I need a break, and I overall felt better when I did do that. So the next thing is to do things that make you feel happy so you can attract the energy you want. And this basically means is, if you like to, if working out at the gym makes you feel happy, then do that, because the more you work out at the gym and you start feeling good about yourself, you'll attract other people who are also into fitness as well, who's on the same path or the same boat as you, and you could link up and have better, more positive connections. And that goes for with any interests that someone may have out there. Even for myself, I'm gonna put myself in there too. I like being creative. I like artsy type stuff. I like to express myself. So for an example, with this channel, I like to talk about deep topics, mental health and psychological type topics. So, by reaching out and trying to make connections with people who want to also share their thoughts, who are interested in talking about mental health topics, we could collaborate and, overall have a great conversation that might inspire others, right? Okay, the last thing. Don't focus on the what ifs. What if this person doesn't like me after I, move on? What if this person never liked me at all? What if I lose everything? What if I'm judged? What ifs, right? So, if the more you focus on the what ifs, the harder it is to focus on the what nows. Okay? Let me say that again. The more you focus on the what ifs, the harder it is to focus on the what nows, right? So, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I was focusing on a lot of what ifs, but I gotta look in the mirror and say, like, okay, what now? I've been through this and that. I know this is not working out for me. I know these type of people aren't good for me. So what now? What's the next step? How do I make the next right decision towards my personal journey? And that's something you could think about too, right? And I mean, when you're an adult, all the decisions are on the table for you to choose and pick. And you're going to make some dumb decisions and you're going to make some wise decisions. And you continue to make wise and dumb decisions. But we want to continue to make wiser decisions that help us improve as much as possible so that we feel better. And it's not always easy. So, yeah, don't focus on the what ifs. Focus on the what nows. So, what's the conclusion here? Do you want to stay with the losers or do you want to be around the winners? Do you want to stay on the dark side or do you want to stay on the light side? Do you want to continue to be around negative people or do you want to continue to improve and be around more positive people? Do you want to look at yourself a week, a month, a year from now and still feel bad being around the wrong types of people or looking down on yourself because you have all that negative energy you have attracted or have latched onto you from other negative people? Or do you want to be around clean, new energy, more positive people, things you can learn from and develop from? And I guess that's my point here. And you just gotta do you, because no one can do you like you. Okay? And so, yeah. So, I hope you guys enjoy today's video. I hope you could maybe take something away from this. Feel free to share your thoughts and, comment down below. share your thoughts, your personal experiences. It's an open space to express yourself as long as you're being appropriate. And thanks for listening, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. More videos on the way, and see you guys and take care.